from Sierra 5.
Well, that's just ruined my attack plans. Good morning, welcome back to Cold Waters. I'm Captain Numpty or David Steele, and here's me boat. Wow. Okay, well today we are in the USS Miami.
Shoot 2-1, aye sir.
And,
Upscope.
I need to give the enemy something to think about, because they've given me plenty to think about.
Con sonar, Master 2 is classified as merchant.
Yeah,
Come right to 2.
I think
2, helm aye.
we've decided that we left something on to the west, and we're gonna head that way. First things first, I do want to identify. Just fired at me. So,
Con sonar, Sierra 5 is classified
okay.
as submerged submarine.
Well, I'm disappointed we're not going to get a crack at the bad guys just yet. Can't quite change there. You know what? Let's just try something.
Aye, sir.
I would say what's the worst that happens, but yeah. Right, well, we are in the South China Sea, and our mission is to attempt to intercept and attack a fucking resupply boat that's has been causing, well, it's been keeping the enemy submarines in the loop. You know what? All this gassing is cool and all, but I got to get down to depth, so I'm going to hit the gas and let's get out of here.
Make con sonar, we are cavitating.
I'm not surprised with cavitating. Okay. Right. Well, we are for the off, so that
Passing 100 feet.
pretty big increase in noise.
Con
As
fire control, we've lost the
the
wire.
Miami heads for depth.
Con passing 200 feet.
Yep. Losing the wires, that's completely fine.
Passing 300
I expected
feet.
as such.
Con sonar regained contact. Passing 400 feet. Passing 500 feet.
Gonna get it down to
Con sonar no longer cavitating.
1,200 feet.
Depth 1250 feet. Dive by.
Because a couple of reasons I'm turning away. Number one is the at least three torpedoes heading my way. And there's more of them heading my way as well.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1. Last bearing 138. Contact faded.
That was something to the northeast.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1. Bearing 138.
So I want to get away from these torpedoes approaching me. But the second thing is, I want to dump my collection of cruise missiles in the direction of these at least 3 ships. I'm going to saturate as much as I can, saturate their defenses. But I can only fire at 80 foot. But right now, 80 foot depth. Right now, I need to
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
make like a tree and get out of here. Now I'm making a ton of noise, which we know. But the hope here is that my Mark 48 head caps
Dive at 1200 feet. Dive by.
will disrupt and destroy this song and the improved kilo. I'm assuming it's an improved kilo. It might just be a straightforward kilo that fired upon me. Now, make no mistake, these might be diesel electrics, but they are nasty weapons. Platforms, I should say, because the weapons are what they're carrying. They are very effective torpedoes. They're quiet. They can be deadly if you're not really prepared for it. And I guess I wasn't that prepared. Let's do a
Come right. Brig ship for ultra
adjustment
quiet.
to get my speed down. I want to take a bit of a sniff and see.
Con sonar new contact bearing 070. Designated Sierra 6.
Well, there's even more of them.
Con helm steady course.
Another kilo, maybe? I don't know. It looks like it. Let's see what kind of is this. Yeah, I think that's another kilo.
Con sonar Sierra 6 is classified as submerged submarine.
Okay. What's interesting?
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 6 last bearing 071. Contact faded. Con sonar noisemaker bearing 126.
That is not what I expected to see. I'm going to get my Todari out. I expected.
Con sonar regained contact on Master 2, bearing 099.
I expected.
Con sonar regained contact on Master 4, bearing 105.
Yeah, I expected that.
sonar,
Oh,
Passing
come on,
1,200
crew.
feet.
Okay, I expected those two submarines to continue guiding the torpedoes towards me for a little bit of time, but it looks like they fired the
Con
torpedo.
sonar lost contact. Sierra
What's
1, last bearing 123. Contact breaking up.
Looks like they
Passing
fired
1,100 feet.
the torpedoes and bugged out of there. This approved kilo was not quick enough to avoid the ADCAP, so that's what you
Con
get.
sonar noisemaker bearing 028.
And this song is being tracked as well. Let's
Passing
take a look.
1,000 feet.
What have we got here with the song? It's maneuvering hard. I don't see my... Yes, I do. There you are. Song is a very effective submarine.
Passing
48.
900 feet.
The Mark 48 ADCAP is a very good torpedo. And playing using dot mod has reminded me
Passing 800 feet.
why I have a love-hate relationship with the Spearfish, the Royal Navy torpedo, because in dot mod, Spearfish has, let's just say, it has a bit of a compromised range. When you run
Passing 700 feet.
the torpedo active, you do not get very long
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
with it in attack mode. Run south.
Come left to 181. Helm aye.
The reason why I'm running
Passing
south,
600 feet.
coming up like a bath, at least at 5 knots. The reason why I'm running south is it's a torpedo that should pick me up. It's 4,000,
Con sonar noisemaker bearing.
Passing 500 feet.
3,000, 4,000 yards away. And there's more submarines under there as well. I wonder if that's... I don't know what that is, actually. So, Master 4, the Janeway,
Passing 400 feet.
is heading my way. It looks like... oh, it's the Luda. So that Mark 48 is going for a warship, which is good news. Sierra 5, the song...
Con sonar noisemaker bearing.
Passing 300 feet.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 091.
is tackling a torpedo as well. Now, I could do with getting up to periscope depth pretty quickly.
Passing 200 feet.
Not quickly though, I don't want to breach. Because I want to get my
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
my cruise missiles out. I don't know they have any air assets right now around me, which is good. But I do want to get my cruise missiles out and attempt to tackle the Fuking thing. One or two anti-missile defense, but
noisemaker bearing 022.
I think a couple of torpedoes here will be all it needs. Oops.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 088.
Yeah, we may want to actually push the nose down here quite aggressively because we don't want to get fired upon. And then we go ahead and go too
Sonar
deep.
lost contact. Master 3, last bearing 086. Contact breaking up.
Okay, I'd like you to stabilize.
Make depth 9 feet, dive high.
Okay, depth 51 feet. Let's get my sensors up. I don't know how close this Janeway is. I'm about to find out. He may be a little too
Con sonar
close.
noisemaker bearing.
Up scope.
Yes. Now, I don't think I can get a torpedo around him.
Lower the radar mast.
I don't think I can get...
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
That's a shame. That was a little too close to him. That Mark 48 torpedo is probably wasted now because he is almost certainly going to be too close to when the torpedo goes live. Go ahead and turn
Come left
towards
to
him.
103. Helm aye.
Yeah, we do have a layer we can drop underneath. We'll get down to about 300 feet, give or take,
Passing 100 feet.
and that will help a
Con
little bit.
sonar noisemaker bearing 018.
I think I'm going to need another Mark 48 here. Now, if I fire my cruise missiles right now, they're going to fly right past the gangway, and pretty sure he's got missile defense.
Passing 200 feet.
And he's going to shoot down or attempt to shoot down my cruise missiles. So I need to keep him busy. Keeping him busy with a torpedo will not stop his anti-missile defense from kicking in. But he's already
Passing 300 feet.
It's already close enough that it's not.
Con, torpedo.
Come left to 102. Helm aye.
Not really what I had in mind. I'm gonna have to go ahead and do this.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Didn't lose it that time. Okay, let's hit accelerate
Con
time.
sonar. Noisemaker bearing 020.
What's he got? What's this? Okay. I'm yawning now, but that's very bad. He's
Main
able
turn
to
15 knots. Maneuvering aye.
lob depth charges at me, so I'm gonna just take a quick look at him.
Passing 400 feet.
We lost the connection.
Maneuvering. Making turns for 1.
I got my speed back up to 15 knots because I really don't want to get lobbed,
Passing 500 feet.
get a torpedo chopped on my head, which is going to happen. I can reduce my speed maybe.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I still know where he is. He's making a ton of noise, but he's notching my incoming torpedo.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 10.
And now he's turning away. I've still got my Todari out, but that makes me a little vulnerable to depth charges, or at least a little vulnerable to depth charges.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 016.
That song is still tackling that Mark 48. I think it might be time to get my Mark 48 head cap and Torpedo 1 live.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
Go. So, I think, yep, pops above the layer. It's now tracking him. But go ahead and just maneuver a little deeper and a little further south. Get my speed up
Make
to
turns
15
for
knots.
15 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I expect
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots.
I expect the Janway will
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing.
Passing 600 feet.
doing it. It's turning away. It's going to drop a
Con sonar.
noisemaker. There we go.
Noisemaker bearing 08.
So I'm going to force the torpedo to run along the surface, like so. And when it gets a little closer, we'll release the torpedo and let it guide itself to the target. This song is... It's managed to avoid my Mark 48 completely. But like I say, they're a very credible threat. Let's run this thing active.
Con sonar. New contact bearing 100. Designated Sierra 7.
Okay, there's
Con,
more
fire
of them.
control. Weapon
How many
Con
are there?
sonar. Regained contact on Sierra 6. Bearing 068.
He must be making a lot of
Sonar.
noise.
Noisemaker bearing
because,
013.
I'm doing 15 knots. Alright, I'm gonna manually see if I can strike the ship with the torpedo like
Con
this.
sonar.
Yeah, there we
Lost
go.
contact. Master 4.
Have one of
Last
those.
bearing 071.
Make depth 7.
Con sonar. Lost contact. Sierra. Make
I'm
turns.
getting my
for
depth up to
10.
70
Make turns
feet.
for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye.
2 or 3 or 4 should take care of this this resupply ship. Let's see what's a bit more news about that. Let me see. What does it tell me?
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 011.
It's surface ship replenishment, but there should be somewhere around here a submerged ship. Submerged resupply ship, but we don't detect it right now. I'm not going to concern myself too much with that. Now, is this song still trying to evade? Still doing 22 knots, so I think he's still on the defensive, which is nice.
Con sonar. We are cavitating.
I'm gonna cavitate though. Let's get down to 5
Make
knots.
turns for 5 knots. Maneuver. Con sonar. No longer cavitating.
And there's a torpedo heading.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 012.
Heading my way.
Sonar, launch transient from Sierra 7.
Okay, that's actually interesting. 7 is threatened, I guess, by my torpedo. Which it is right, it should be threatened. This thing will make a mess out of him. It's a
Sonar, Sierra 7 is
great.
Maneuvering, making turns for 5.
And that's the torpedo that I fired at the Janeway, and of course it was too close. But I'm going to go ahead and get some cruise missiles out.
Fire VLS. Fire VLS. Fire VLS.
It's got 4 out. We'll watch those. Oh, maybe we won't. There we go. There's my 4 on the way. No, I don't want to get too distracted by what's going on here. I could do with, I think.
Come left to 005.
Let's get down to about 1,000 foot.
984 feet, dive I.
Because there's 2 torpedoes from Sierra 7, both of which are a credible threat, and I could try and stay in the middle here. Yeah, now my Mark 48 is pursuing the...
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 008.
Is pursuing Sierra 7, so... And this torpedo to my northwest is also a threat. Now, I know it's some distance away, in fact it's a long way away, but it's still a threat. So, yeah, I don't want to get too sidetracked.
Come left
Hey!
to 000. Helm I.
Looks like 3 or 4 struck. Okay, that's great. Okay, well, now still on the defensive. We're still at 5 knots. I kind of want to watch this Mark 48 engage, and that's interesting. Is this song being engaged by one of its friendly torpedoes as well? That looks like it is. Well, that's interesting.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 006.
I didn't expect that. Okay, well, I mean, hey, if that's a thing, then that works for me. I'm going to go ahead and
Passing 600 feet.
jump back to me. I think get my speed up to 15 knots.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering I. Maneuvering, making turns for 15 knots.
Got a feeling that I may well be threatened. Yeah, those torpedoes that the song fired have already gone live, so there's less chance of them reaching me and still having a fuel.
On helm, steady course.
So I think I want to head towards 05. It appears to be still defending against an ADCAP. I might want to sprint that way though.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 004.
Dive at 656 feet, dive I.
So the thing with sprinting out the way is it can be useful.
Come left to 342. Helm I.
Track my towed array, get myself up to 20 knots in a little bit. But you do tend to lose situational awareness because you don't hear much around you. Now, 15 knots, it's a compromise. I'm hearing stuff around me. Now, to be fair...
Helm, steady course.
Sierra 5 just ate that Mark 48. That's good news. The Sierra 7, he's making a ton of noise. I'm guessing he's picking actively. Something's picking actively. He's making a lot of noise. Even though I'm moving at 15 knots, he's not able to hear me because he's going quickly. 22 knots is at flying speed. But also, he's making a lot of noise. Interesting boat, this. But I really want to notch out of the way of the 2 incoming torpedoes. So I'm gonna, got my towed array being pulled in. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the recording. I'm gonna kind of let this pan out just a little bit. Now, Sierra 6 is still out there somewhere as well. I hadn't forgotten about Sierra 6. We'll be dealing with him later. But I think right now, interesting. Sierra 7 is... I guess this still wants to know if it's being hunted by a Mark 48. Let's go ahead and just take a look at this. Oh, yeah, we just dropped off. Does that mean it's slowed down? Oh, alright. I'm going to pause recording, and I'll be right back when a few minutes have passed. Well, I think that qualifies as interesting. So, headed out of the way of those two incoming torpedoes, it really does look like Sierra 7 was never really threatened by my ADCAP. I think it managed to get out of the way. And then the Kilo improved to Sierra 6. It's not long fired upon me. And I don't detect the torpedo that it's fired right now. And that either means that it's quite some distance away compared to what we see right here. I'm not convinced of that. I got a feeling that it's a little closer than we think. So
Come left to 358. Helm I.
depth. Guys, he's not even that deep. So right now, I'm just bobbing along out the way. I'm just doing 5 knots. We're still running an ultra quiet. I don't really know why, because they know exactly where we are. Sierra 7 may not, to be fair, but Sierra 6 does. Oh, okay, they both do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn away.
Come left to 286.
And increase my
Helm
depth. I suspect that Sierra 7 might be fairly close to losing me in terms of where I am. I'm going to go ahead and run Torpedo 3 into attack mode. I think if I can acquire this Kilo, if I get a better idea where he is,
700 feet.
it's going to help me later on. But I don't want to increase my speed because I really will lose my connection on these guys. Actually, that said, making a ton of noise, so that's... As they make so much noise, they're going to be a little easy to be able to detect. This song is moving
800 feet.
a little more moving now, basically aligning himself with me. So I'm gonna actually stop that turn to port. And I've adjusted Torpedo 4 to run a little bit more northerly. I'm gonna potentially try a head-on attack with this torpedo. Now, as for Sierra 6, I don't know where he is, and I have yet to see his approaching torpedo, but I know he's fired upon me
900 feet.
because we detected the launch. So, yeah, there's a lot that could go wrong here. Now, Sierra 7, he's up to speed at 18 knots, so he knows something's going on. I suspect he's just charging at me. Presumably because he thinks... he might think he's been fired upon. It's hard to say. I really don't know.
Passing 1,000 feet.
He's not going any quicker. There's the torpedo. Okay, so actually Sierra 6 is quite some distance from me. And I got a feeling that it's probably wire-guided.
Come left to 180. Helm I.
I'm going to start. Torpedo 4 is going to aim towards Sierra 7. At least we're going to disrupt him. And then I think, let's see, 14 minutes
Passing
left.
1,100 feet.
Sierra 3 on Torpedo 3 even. Time to run on that torpedo. So if this torpedo follows me, it's wire guided. If not, then I imagine that the Kilo, I think he's still moving towards me. Probably doesn't even know I've fired upon him yet, which I'm surprised at. But I don't have his speed. Yeah, okay. Sierra 7's now turning away. I could legitimately keep this torpedo traveling along in navigation mode. It can overhaul the song.
Passing 1,200 feet.
He's firewalled his throttle. He's out of here. He's being hunted by an ADCAP. And I've got plenty of range on Torpedo 4. So, I would say it's looking pretty good. I think this Kilo has decided he's turning away. I don't know that he's wire guiding his torpedo in at me. I don't think he is. Let's accelerate time for a few seconds. Yeah, they're both running away now.
Passing 1,300
Oh
feet.
yeah, I don't want to go that deep. Oops.
Con, helm, steady course.
Interesting. I think I'm going to make a torpedo fall live. Let's see. Yeah, I am.
Passing 1,300 feet.
Then acquired him immediately. And torpedo 3... missed that. Did it get deflected? Because...
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 112.
what's it
Con
doing?
sonar, Sierra 6 is cavitating.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
I wonder if it just caught the edge of the kilo on its detection range and then it adjusted its depth. I wonder if that's what happened. Kilo's gone above the layer. You sneaky little basket. Oh, now you're going below the layer. There you are.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 113.
Right, so he is, the kilo is pretty much at the edge of my edge of the torpedo's detection range right now. So, yeah, okay. Got a better idea of where you are now. I'm not going to try and ping. What I do is manually steer torpedo 4 back towards that song. So, counting drag up two targets is just... it's a little interesting. Okay, gotta get this torpedo out. So in dot mod, your enemy submarines do
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 080.
optimal maneuvering.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 114.
So it's useful to you can make a bigger difference by manually steering the torpedoes. I don't want to lose track of where I am relative to this torpedo approaching me.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
But this song is hopefully about to eat it.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing
I don't know if we got him or
115.
not. Hopefully we did. Yes, we did. Okay. And let's see, are we about to get the kilo?
Con sonar, lost contact 06. Last
Okay.
Make
We need
turn
to
15 knots.
we need to move it though. Let's get my tow diary is being recalled, being pulled back in. This torpedo here,
Maneuvering, making turns for 15 knots.
it's gonna get me. I'm gonna be detected by it, so I really do need to mosey on out of here. So
Make turns
crank up
for
to 20 knots.
20 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Dot mod will let you run to flank
Con,
as soon
maneuvering, making turns for 20 knots.
you've told the game to reel in your towed array, but I'm not gonna play to that. I want to get out of the way. I'm not gonna run to flank just yet. There might still be something else out there, but all that have come have been, well, destroyed. Right, so let's give this a few seconds.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Check, my towed array is almost in, so we're going to run to flank once it's retracted. Okay, a few seconds. Right, that works for me. Flank.
Make turns for 3 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Okay. Accelerate time. Just a little bit. Because I do not want to
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
do not want to get caught by a
Con,
USN-80.
maneuvering, making turns for 3 knots.
I'm pretty certain that we're safe now.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Right, let's get my speed down and let's
Come left to 115. Helm aye.
take another listen, shall we? There's the torpedo. Yeah, we did right by getting out of the way. Absolutely did right.
Passing 300 feet.
Okay. It doesn't tell me I'm good to quit the battle yet, so there might be something else out here that we can't detect. This feels like a successful mission. Yeah, it is. All who came got crushed. Okay, well, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you got something from this. The USS Miami destroys all. So, like I say, thanks so much for hanging out. Hope you got something from this. I'll see you the next time. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.